These are the best highlights from all the matches of the day during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
And we'll see. It's a lot about the Ezreal. It feels like he's benefiting the most from this early game so far.
Absolutely. Right over the scuttle now as Cuz is trading back. Cougar isolated here on the left side.
And he still doesn't have flash. He's taking a lot of damage here. The ult comes in, and Cougar will survive. And Bulldog getting very close to the sun. He's going to go down, and it's Ziwu who picks up first blood.
And this Ezreal is already kind of on its way.
They're going to try to set up something here on a Dindin. The all-out does come out, and the Talia is nearby. Sylvie could wall up to the top side as this pull is going to come in the Impale. The amount of CC is crazy as Cuz is going to go down to Dindin. And look at this dude who's desperate. He finally takes out the Scorpion, but Sylvie still on the chase. It looks like with this Cassante, he will just let him go, but...
The scene where the grandmother has this lucky cricket, and she like covers her eyes because the cricket is lucky and walks through the street, and it's a disaster, but she walks out alive. Like, that's Cougar for me right now.
Yeah.
All right, Dindin looking for the Impale, but guess what?
Oh, they're going in. Look at that. Jiu's going to get caught out. We're going to have to see how that trade even began, but... Seemed like Leaper found his moment. He was able to cleanse probably the Solar Flare or some kind of stun.
Here isn't item-wise so far ahead that it's not playable here. They're both at level 8 as he just goes in for the W.
So that's why.
Yeah. And then Leaper is able to very easily follow up with his killer instinct. They'll just clear the wave. Cougar walks out. And Tristana left alone for just a minute here in the mid lane. Looks like Fisher with no teleport will lose a little bit of farm here. Bulldog not going to push the issue on plates as they want to go for round 2.
And Flash as well. There's still nobody here. And Dindin, yes, he is Skarner. There is a 3-man Impale, but it's still the Alistair just tanking so many turret shots with his ult. And, I mean, nobody else is there. He's still down a Flash. They wrap all the way around to make sure he cannot escape. And it's just textbook. For some reason, that movie has just been one of the ones. This Leaper's in a lot of trouble here. He doesn't have his cleanse, and that's going to be the end of him. Very nice engage from the side of Cougar and the rest of Nongshim to punish him, knowing he did not have his cleanse.
Yeah, without him here, I mean, this should just be a good Herald start. Jiu going to be able to push this lane in pretty easy.
Yeah, they do a good job of essentially just slowly taking an angle and pushing Nongshim
Andil
on. And now Andil's back in. Very nice flash. Gets the double knockup. Sylvie in a bit of trouble as Leona is in the Rift Herald amongst all of this. And now the turn comes in as where are we going on the map? Cassante going to bring Cougar back and immediately goes down. It's a big fight for Nongshim. They take down 2. And Sylvie trying to make a hero play as well. Does get traded back by Leaper. And so that's a kill donated back over to Kwangdong Freaks. Some low health bars here, and Leaper, full on health, still has the killer instinct and an opportunity. Dindin, though, is very scary.
Come on, Valdez. I think you're being too hard on him.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, I mean, if it is successful and if it's a little bit more measured and maybe there is an angle there, like you could champion that, but it definitely ended up backfiring in a huge way. Look at the shred.
Yeah, the flash, big one into Bulldog. And Bulldog is just on the run. We do have a Talia coming in. This time, Sylvie going to cut it short. Just goes for Cuz, and that'll work out. Much better this time. They take down the Nidalee. Ziu nearly died to Leaper, who does not have his ult.
Yeah, really good job here of Cuz setting up these traps and then allowing this poke to chip away. But Dudu's on the flank, too. This is very awkward for Nongshim. They have to decide, do we collapse on Dragon or do we push back onto this Cassante? Looks like they choose option B.
Well, they go for the Cassante. He is going to go unstoppable. Andil goes in once again. He sets it up, but is the follow-up? There's the question. Bulldog and Leaper doing some damage, but they can't take out Cougar. Now Bulldog's going to get low himself. Leaper on the run is going to send a W in and does get away. Here comes Jiwu trying to punish on a Cuz alongside a Skarner. You can see trying to charge through the jungle as Cuz, the true shot barrage, he's going to get hit by it, but he still is going to live, probably through a heal in there in the darkness as well.
Andil's going for the long con flank, but is found out. And this looks like it might be Nongshim's first dragon of the game.
Oh, we'll see about this one. They're going to collapse on a Sylvie. That's the smite of Nongshim. You can't let him go down for free as the true shot barrage not going to come in. And now we got another fight. A double Impale coming in on a Bulldog and onto Cuz. Speaking of smite users, down will go Cuz. He's not going to be in there. Bulldog trying to go 1v4 right now. He is chipping away the damage. He's got a Cassante with him as well. They try to take out Cassante, but he gets a double kill. And Bulldog going to jump in and dies immediately. Leaper was somewhere in the mid lane. Now it's all up to him in a 1v3. Trying to go up against Fisher, tries to flash in, doesn't get the kill. and might just have to back off from here, but so many low health bars for Nongshim as well.
Barely the shield Dunda keeps him alive. Meanwhile,
Yeah, we're fighting again. We got TPs coming in. Cougar. Oh, somehow that spear is going to miss, and now Leaper gets in. Doesn't quite matter, as they will once again take down Cougar here. Yeah, Dude's going to eat that W once again from the Kaisa, and yeah, Sylvie just can't get in. They're going to have to give up the Baron. It goes to Kwangdong Freaks in a 5v4 situation. Dundun as well. Might just look to get out of this one. The Impale's going to be thrown forward, but again, that was only onto Cassante. And Kwangdong Freaks just decide, okay, we don't have to overstay. We got the big objective. Let's back away. There's Leandri's on that as well. So some extra burn coming in. Cougar's going to eat one as well. And Nongshim just say, we got to start this up. We can't sit here. Oh, he's going to get hit by another spear. Jiwoo down to 30% health, 40% health.
the poke is unreal.
Yeah, it's just insane. And that's why Nongshim, they're just trying to force this Dragon because they can't stand here forever. But Ondil,
Flash back up.
they're going to see him, and now they want to engage on this front line. But that is a Cassante, and now Ondil gets in, and it's a Mountain Soul for Kwangdong Freaks. This might just be the game-winning fight. Leaper going into the back line with the killer instinct. He wants to end the game right here, right now, and he will, as Ju will go down. And he picks up a triple kill. Dudu's going to steal one away. No Penta Hope. But Kwangdong Freaks, just like that, a massive team fight win.
Such a great team effort here as Cuz is in a little bit of trouble against the Skarner, but will ultimately win this long term. This is the spear. But I think that is just really going to be a consolation prize for Dindin is walking out with his life as Kwangdong Freaks have this game in the bag. Great coordination around setting up those traps. Yes, Nongshim clear the vision. Yes, they get to the pit first, but the poke is just too much for Nongshim to deal with, and Ondil comes in with a big engage again. Kwangdong Freaks, this team looks miles better than what we saw from them at the end of spring.
Yeah, it definitely does. Nongshim, shout out to them. You know, nice try. Definitely giving them a challenge here in this first game, but Kwangdong Freaks once again.
Where he did Kaisa, but the rest of this draft just didn't really hit for me, Valdez. I feel like it was just a pick of tier.
The issue is that Cuz is here as well, and there is a ward as well, but he's not going to respect the push once again. Dudu going to drop down the equalizer and try to run to Viego, and there's the Impale. It's just a kill. First blood going over to Sylvie. Cuz gets in, but not going to overstay. Objective Meister here in this one. He is going to take down the Grubs, and now the first Drake much earlier in this game compared to the 12 minutes of last game.
Yeah, much faster. Same Infernal that they are going to pick up here, so very relevant stats. There's cricket moments.
Yeah.
Fisher's laning has looked better since Nongshim's first series.
Uh-oh.
Here's the all-in.
The all-in comes in, and Jiu just going to ult on top of him as well. The barrier has to be used here from Leaper and from Jiu. The flash Q comes in, and Leaper cannot handle the pressure from Jiu.
Oh man, Jiu is going to end up making him pay for that one, and Nongshim have topside control, so he gets the kill, and they're going to be able to equalize Grubs here, it looks like.
Just going to trade flashes again.
Okay, Cuz is here though, so if Dudu baits him.
Yeah, Equalizer's going to come down. He's just trying to push the wave as fast as he possibly can. Dudu must be sitting on a lot of gold right now. He still only has Swifties, so he's not doing much. Cuz already is sitting on a full item, and he will be able to help in
Alluding to the gold he was holding. Nongshim with all that bottom side prio where they looked for the cross map. Trying to set up for this dragon here, but a little slow.
Gugar's going to also just get over the wall. That will go over to Cuz once again. Gets the smite down. Gugar with the Magnus Storm. He's eating a lot of damage, but that's a punch into the Rel. It might not matter as Cuz is going to go down, and now Sylvie wreaking havoc on this back line. Dudu in a bit of trouble, but Bulldog is really the guy on top who has the most health, potentially the most damage, but Sylvie is going to get in on that one. And he's not going to be able to do quite enough. Does go down to Ondil and Bulldog, and now Dindin's all alone. Gets the Impale, but it's not going to matter. As all the threats on the side of Kwangdong Freaks, they lose 2 of them, but they have 2 more.
Yeah, they have him for a rumble, but he shouldn't have that big of a lead.
Yeah. Okay, flash on in. Bulldog might be in some trouble. He's got the Kaisa nearby to help take him down. As the ult comes in and he gets another jump. Bulldog, how do you manage to get out of that? As the W might be coming in, and Skarner's on the chase as well. One rock not going to be in range, and Bulldog walks it off.
Ab flash, he still gets out with the ult. And now Cuz looking for more.
Oh. Okay, well, he's going to get the turret, and he's got some support here as well. Fisher, and now a TP coming in. Ondil gets into that backline. Fisher is just so dead as he had already flashed here. And now we get another charge with this Rift Herald.
Yeah,
smited away. And Andal is underneath the turret, so he's going to have to use that flash. They're still maybe going to get this turret, which is insane this early on. And yeah, they will. Leaper sticks around and takes down the mid-inner.
So much Cuz saying, I'm driving in. And yeah, they have the Emperor's Divide, but they use Emperor's Divide and Magnet Storm on a Viego as Heartbreaker and Flash. And, you know, he's squishy, but he's not that squishy. You don't have the damage.
I do think the most confusing part of the draft, which I'm not going to get to talk about here, Bulldog is in a lot of trouble. Can he get out of this one is really the question. As I don't think so. He is a magician, and he nearly kills Dindin, but he is not going to get out this time around, as now the rest of the team is able to get in. He did a lot of damage, at least Bulldog, and now the rest of the team is here to punish as they take down the Skarner, they take down Cougar, and they're not done yet. They have tons of mobility. Zeri would love to continue, but with the Sun Turret, they're just going to back off of this one and maybe look for the Baron. Meanwhile, this bottom inner is also going to go down.
Yeah, they're lucky Dudu didn't have teleport.
You're a Rel looking at a Fed Rumble and an Alistair right there. You don't want to engage onto that. And now it's just going to be Cloud Soul over to the Kwangdong Freaks, just like that. Just with the posturing that's coming in, and Andal will find Xin Zhao and just back away. This is always the way it is, though. It's always you. Look at that fast cow just sprinting at the Xin Zhao. As they're pretty deep in here, now with the TP coming in, they're trying to engage on the Leaper, but he's actually so tanky, just able to get away, throws an ult on the Dindin. He's absolutely dead. Andal buying a lot of time. Meanwhile, Dudu is going ham in the back line, just roasting everybody to a crisp, as Sylvie as well should eventually go down here too. He's left all alone. No way to do it all by himself, and Kwangdong Freaks, just like that, pick up a clean ace.
Clean ace, that's the Baron, and that should be the base ripped open as well. The Baron will buy some time here for Nongshim to respawn. It's not like they're just going to walk down mid and end it, but it's going to be perma prio.
You're not able to do much on Jiu's champ, so now the mid lane's going down. The inhibitor is going to bite the dust here. The rest of the team is just pushing bot. And Nongshim mostly grouped up. Fisher was just pushing out top lane, but he's going to have to come here as they make their final stand.
He has a teleport ward he could try to go to look for an Emperor's Divide angle, but he's just going straight to the turret. And that was like one angle they could have tried to go for, but it's the teleport ward's so far away, it would have just been collapsed on. Here's the ult.
Yeah, Dindin just kept in place, and he brings the cow into the back line. Oh no! As, yeah, Dudu's just going to press his Q button and roast everybody once again. And Leaper as well going to assassinate the rest of the team. Dindin desperate to get out, and Leaper nearly dies, but he's got a shield bow and he will survive, as that will be the end of game number 2. It is a 2-0 for Kwangdong Freaks tonight over Nongshim.
Very great coordinated. Renata has a lot of value in team fights into the aggressive Aatrox, right into Nidalee trying to follow. Get his resistances back and see if Faker can make anything more out of this. Let's press the attack for Showmaker as well.
He's getting pretty low, but Faker is going to explode. That's just first blood, just a trade, but at the end of the day, it doesn't look like DK want to commit to a fight on the Drake, so they just back away, take the trade in mid, and now he's going to go up to the Grubs. As we saw, a short trade in the top side. Looks like Zeus is winning that matchup as well.
Yeah, that's really huge for him. That's a matchup you want to be winning. He has the Swifties already, and as much as Huni doesn't like that, it is quite helpful into the Aatrox. It's a stylistic preference. Gonna see some attempted deny here, but it will be punished.
Yeah, looks like T1 want to go for the fight, but the Equalizer already online here. It doesn't really hit anyone except Kellen, but now Kellen is absolutely isolated. But you do see that Zeus and the rest of T1 will back away, as they do not elect to fight after Kellen got super low. And so it will be the Grubs over to DK.
Really confident play here from T1 to come over and contest that. The Equalizer with the Prio Heads goes down, but like
before Kingen can flash away.
Text Drinker.
He's going to go in with the stun. There's the Equalizer, immediately flash away. But now we got a 2v2 on the bottom side. Guma getting very, very low. As Lucid is coming in here, Kingen does go down to the top lane, but Guma in a bit of trouble. Might have to flash away from this one. Flash in from the side of Lucid, and he will pick up the kill on the 1v1. It looked fine, but besides that, not so much. Owner is going to show his face, as we do have this. Aiming's in a lot of trouble, actually. He's just dead. He doesn't have cleanse.
You gotta know that is going to be how Sejuani Ashe works. We've seen it a million times. You've got to deal with the Renata as well in this position, and that is going to be the Dragon going over. Now top side, they will be able to get the second set of bubs, so that's a significant amount of damage to turrets for this Tristana.
To join up just yet, and T1 taking some pot shots here at this mid turret, but for now it's not really much, and now no flash here for Zeus. He's just dead. He's just isolated on the top of the map.
And as you mentioned, knowing there's no flash on Zeus on that previous trade on the top side, Kellen's the one who made it happen. He can call out no flash still on Rumble, go for the Zenith Blade there, pick up the kill. Significant damage done to the bottom turret by Kingen. Now trying to defend this one, he will not be able to, so it's a turret for a turret, but a kill going over to Dplus. Their gold lead here.
It's taking quite a while to actually go for this, as now we're going to go for it. The spear coming out of the jungle, and still no flash available for Zeus. So now, aiming? Is he safe? I guess he is. Okay, he's just going to take that into the turret. And now they're engaging. Kellen going back in, maybe a little bit too deep this time around. Going to eat the arrow, but he's still alive. The follow-up, not quite there from T1 just yet. Kellen gets out alive as Equalizer going to be dropped down. Kellen, perhaps I spoke too soon. He's going to burn down, as Zeus will at least be able to trade that kill back, and that should be a dragon here for T1.
Yeah, the timing of this is really going to hurt Dplus. The kill is in itself painful alone, but without this Leona, it's really difficult to contest. Kingen wants to do it, the Owner's low.
Yeah, they want to fight this. I mean, Owner with how low he is, they don't seem to know he's in the bush, and now TP's coming in as Showmaker getting back, trying to isolate and assassinate the jungler, and now everybody doesn't have a frontline. Zeus is going super deep for the kill, but everybody else is just on the run as King in this very scary Aatrox will push them off the drain.
I mean, some of the best peel you're going to have in this abuse by Kingen over here. Looking to push onto Owner with the teleport. Again, no vision to see this teleport flank. So many great wards from Dplus this game. That's a kill going over. Then Zeus chasing, aiming here. Means that there's no peel for Kingen bursting through this backline. T1, 1 for 2. Minus a dragon.
And look at this. Kellen, is it personal? Like, what's going on here? We're just bullying Zeus, and they might as well. I mean, again, he doesn't have flash in this situation. He used it in the last fight, and that's just another kill onto the Rumble. And that does mean that T1, though, are going to look for their own push in the top lane.
And there's no teleport for Showmaker to come back to defend.
Uh-oh, King in a lot of trouble here. They have way too much CC, and yep, he's just going to go down, so T1 able to trade it back.
And, you know, they still get the inner top side. I think T1 will be able to eventually do this. It's going to take them a really long time, but there's so much map control gained by Dplus from this, and the Tristana is always going to outspeed basically anybody on the map. But
can they actually get into this pit? Kellen's going over as Equalizer comes down, but now Owner denied access to the pit. He will not get in, and the Baron goes the way of DK. Guma just dies.
DR on this Tristana at 22 minutes.
Figures this up here in the top lane. He does not have flash, and he is trying to take down Kellen, but I can tell you he will not. As down he will go.
He's left alone. He's actually pushing mid. And I mean, Baron buff is just so real here. It's just doing so much. T1 don't have. And Leona getting on top of him means he just instantly dies. The Ashe has Kraken Slayer Trinity Force. You know, Ashe not always known for her high-level damage. Into them getting a pick with Equalizer, because in the 5v5, I don't think you win these for now.
All right, they're trying to go on to the Leona once again, but yeah, he is going to go down.
You're not catching him.
It's not going to happen. And DK, they are pushing in. As a squad, they're going to take out this turtle up in this red buff jungle. That's really the only way to get in, as now, trying to catch Lucid. They may have just done it. Yes, they did. They put their CC to use. He doesn't have a QSS. And now Guma getting in there. He's got the damage items. He takes out Kellen. And a chance here. Guma.
Kingen's flanking.
Woo. The shield comes in from the Renata Glass. Kingen? Okay, I don't know why this keeps happening to Aatrox. He's dead. Not sure what is going on.
Jumper's dead for 5. T1 are back in the game.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And that's going to be the Baron that does go down.
Make a call like that out of desperation.
Now, while they're trying to clear the waves here, as a lot of committal onto Kellen once again. Lucid wants to take the 1v1 versus Faker, and it might have baited him into it. Showmaker going over the top, but the bailout comes out. It doesn't matter, though, because the Zeri picks up a double kill in mid, and now they are on the chase, and they can chase so quickly. They're not going to be able to close the gap just yet, but aiming will, as he is Zeri. Going to try to slow down Keria here, as they do have the Leona over the wall as well. Keria definitely going to be sent to the fishes and will eventually die. And it does look like DK should be able to take this Ocean Drake as well.
Amy's like, come on, I swear to God, if you ignite him, I swear to God. All right, so now the Soul Point is going to come over. Do not ignite him.
Okay, I'm backing.
Right, there's two huge 80 carry threats that are larger than life.
Here we go again. Kingen gonna be caught out, but this time he's got some help, and Zeus will be able to push this wave in. It looks like DK as a team just really want to pressure all the lanes, and now they're gonna find Faker. He still doesn't have his flash, and he is going to die again.
And there's no way that T1 could do anything about this either, because they don't have control of the Baron pit, they don't have control of top, they backed away. Showmaker had TP this whole time too, so had they been able to find an angle, he would have been able to join them. T1 gonna have to be decisive. Keria lost his Celestial opposition, I think he's got it back now, but someone has to engage, and it's probably gonna have to be Owner and Guma, but they've got QSSs.
Oh, yeah, you can see Owner's just getting zoned away, but now they're trying to turn up to Kellen. He's all alone. They immediately burst him down. So much for the tanky Leona. I mean,
okay, I don't know.
He's so deep, and now we have a TP coming in. And aiming, yes, he is going to QSS. He is trying to fight here against Faker, but he goes down immediately. Now Keria getting super low fake. Showmaker going to be isolated. Down he goes. And I guess aiming just assumed Kingen could get there on time and they could turn this around, but the case was not to be made.
I thought he was just going up so Showmaker could TP to the bottom wave or something. I don't know about this, but this is a disaster.
I don't think these two alone can kill Kingen, actually. They need an 80 carry. Kingen on full health, and Guma is eventually coming over, and that'll get the job done, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, I have good news. I'm going to say, you can't do Baron or I'm going to take your base, and the decision making was clearly not that, because Showmaker just teleports into a Renata always, and then he teleports to die too. I guess then T1 maybe wins the game.
Yeah, I mean,
good punish from T1, but you know, Dplus, you asked for it.
Game is not over yet, but 2 minutes of Baron is going to be hard to deal with. T1 pushing right down the middle of the map, which actually, here comes the arrow, not going to hit anything, as that is a Zeri. As now, Kellen going to get in front of that one, and now he's in a bit of trouble. Pretty tanky on the Leona, but not tanky enough. Down he will go. And even aiming took a bunch of damage from that equalizer. So Zeus, this Rumble, this Fed Rumble, a big pressure point in this game, and T1, they open up the base.
Kingen's also just trying to buy time, but he may very well be dead. Gets away from the handshake. Just trying to buy time. Kellen's up in 30, but man, this push is real. Baron's still up for 15 seconds here.
Well, they're going to prevent that back, and that means it's a 4v3 with the support going out. And yes, aiming is very scary. The ult comes out and immediately T1.
The bottom, or rather the mid lane right now is the super minions. They just have to give this up, and Ocean
has to go back.
Yeah, and to get him back here, he's going to have to TP. But the timing of this, I mean, they could rush it down so quickly.
Yeah, there's just no way. And DK, they just got to back out of this one. But now Kellen, he's slowed forever, and the equalizer big once again, but that's on a 280 carries with a lot of peel. And now Kellen, he's not going to get whipped there. Flailed by the Sejuani.
Baker got hit by a spear, but he's got that Ocean Soul cranking. Yeah. His health back so quick.
He's got a Renata right there as well. The flash goes in, and immediately, oh! Down goes Zeus so quickly in trade of Kellen. And DK will take that, although aiming and Showmaker are both very low.
Yeah, they have to get back into the fountain, which means this inhibitor is going down no matter what. Bruised Nexus turret, and they're trying to push onto Kingen, who's TP'd for the flank.
Kingen, what's going on in this game, my guy? He's just been everywhere, man. He's just all over the map, and now he's trying to trade on a Faker. Very nice flash away from Faker as Kingen tried to flash on. And T1, I think they can just kind of group up for this one, take the bottom inhibitor. And again, nothing that DK can do without the Aatrox, even with Zeus not there. TP'd on him, I don't know, it's weird. As now, speaking of which, Owner, and he's just gonna go in on that one. Showmaker gonna get CC'd up once again as he's in a bit of trouble. The Renata ult comes in, and that frontline aiming is just burning down. Down will go Kellen, down will go aiming, and it looks like T1 have finally done it, but Showmaker still alive. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to this base all by his lonesome with Lucid. In goes Faker. Okay. Nice amount of damage done once again by Showmaker, but there's just too many guys here on the side of T1.
I think T1's done it. Valdez, the comeback was real. It wasn't easy. It wasn't clean. But the resilience, you get lockdown. They have a decent amount of power in the mid game. Spears for controlling objectives. They have the Corki once he hits some items here.
Lucid's going in there. I mean, Faker nearby, and immediately Lucid's just essentially going to have to flash over the wall here. Nearly going down as well. Zeus thinking about going very deep for that kill, but is going to elect to push him away. Big fight here over the pubs, as Showmaker this time is going to manually input that emote, and Zeus is going super low. Over the wall goes Showmaker, as he's still alive. Zeus surviving for so long, and now Faker a big opportunity to potentially turn this one around. As Showmaker also extremely low, the permafrost does come in. But now the gold card off cooldown. They want to go for Faker, but guess who's here? It's Keria! He makes his way into the play as the Guma ult also sails wide, but this is still gonna go the way of T1 after all the shenanigans, as Showmaker also will bite the dust. All right, this is when Lucid gets low. So it is going to be first turret going to T1. So they get that advantage. They also have the Rift Herald here.
Yeah.
So it should be DK to get the Drake, you would imagine, but with all three people backing, I guess not.
Yeah, I don't think they actually
Maybe
get
Lucid
this.
just solos it?
I think that's too risky. I mean, Zeus still has ult. Like, it's so hard to catch this Corki, and Lucid has made such a low impact, unfortunately, on this game in terms of lane ganks because he doesn't have setup CC. It's something we talk about with Italy all the time. He does with a gold card in the top lane, but you can gank it. So the outers, top and bottom, are traded. The Void Grubs they have, they're trying to rush this down.
They got the 3. Owner doesn't have his ult. You know, nobody's really there to stop.
I mean, I think this is a lot of value here for T1.
The charge, it should happen. Will they get the T1, the tier 1 rather, is the question. As Owner's going to go in and go down, will the Rift Herald. So Faker should still get the bot one, but they're trading top and bot, so at the end of the day, this is still DK favored.
Yeah, Kingen not going to commit the teleport, or sorry, Zeus not going to commit the teleport here to defend Kingen's push. Kingen's not going to hard commit either, so they won't get this turret. Faker gets...
Well, Showmaker seems to not know, trying to take a 1v1 here against Faker. The arrow goes wide, is now Faker gonna hop in, and the ult comes out from the Tristana to finish it off, but here is Lucid. Over vision, so Faker just gonna flash away, and now with Keria nearby, he will be saved. That's the second time Keria gets there right in time to save his teammate. So meanwhile, mid lane, aiming in a bit of trouble, but he does have some teammates nearby, and Zeus to overextend, as the Guma ult also not going to land, so they cannot finish off aiming. And they really wanted to get that pick onto the Lucian before this one, and now with Baron available, they want to start it.
I don't know if they really wanted to follow up after that with the Camille down.
Infernal Soul this time around.
Scenario, even with no items, Camille can push so quickly.
Yeah, essentially, I mean, now that the RC is done, okay, well, he's very fast, but Faker is closing the distance. Here comes Lucid, and that means they want to go in onto Faker as the spear's going to land, but immediately Lucid will be denied, but Faker in a lot of trouble as the big one hits him, and it will be enough. The bubble will miss, and now we got TP coming in. This is the Camille, as, yeah, Kingen's just dead here. And they're going to try to get this kill over to Guma. That's a double for Guma as well. They take down the top.
Big cash-in will put him 400 gold ahead now of the 3-kill Lucian, so he finally takes a lead over aiming. Looking to take this Baron here as Dplus grouping up.
Oh, Showmaker. Oh, he's going to get flashed on by Owner. Excellent play with the Arctic Assault flash. That's immediately going to catch him off guard, and Showmaker's
arm guard from that play topside still has some stats, but he's super far behind in terms of his relevance in this game, and now T1 just gonna set this one up again. They have vision in this choke point, and I mean, Dplus, they have the Destiny Gate, but where are you going with it?
Are they going to get here on time? They look for Keria. He just flashes in, and now the ult comes out, and there's no entry for Lucid to make it into the pit. No hope of a steal. The arrow going to be thrown in. Showmaker wanting to keep this game, this fight alive for the side of DK. That's another gold card as they are going to push them into the west side jungle.
Gotta be so careful about chasing through here, though. Zeus has his ultimate. Woo! And he might just lock down whoever steps forward.
That's a culling, and more poke is coming out. They're trying to get this poke in, but now the engage comes out from T1. They pull the trigger, and Zeus is able to frontline Guma and Keria. They stay alive in the 2v2 as well as aiming goes down. It is a clean ace for T1 in game 2.
Yeah, at 26 minutes, T1 looking to push and break open this base, and what is arguably T1's cleanest game of the season so far. Very, very one-sided affair. A few draft tweaks, a strong early game, great map reads, not shaken by the lane swap, and this is the bounce back T1 fans were waiting for in this series against Dplus.
Game 1 definitely left you feeling a little shaky, but
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 LCK Summer Split matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comments section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.